the Showtime pay-per-view main event that you just can't miss. David Benavidez and Caleb Plant square off.
Listen, this undercard is top quality.
I enter that ring with one thing in mind, completely suffocating my opponents.
I don't think he's ever felt a power like mine, and Saturday he's going to feel it.
I'm going to go out there and do what I do best, and that's win.
Saturday night, I'm going to show him why, the 135 division is so talked about.
Wait, hold on. Are you good, though?
I'm going to show you Saturday how good I am.
Crazy. You mean you got to
show you Saturday how good I am.
I wanted to show who the top young guy in PBC is. So this fight was a fight that I wanted for respect.
We're both undefeated. We don't want to lose, so we're both going to come out and fight and expect fireworks.
He's got to come in and prove to me that he can beat me, and I've got to prove to him that I can beat him. One of us has to take the other's heart in order to do that.
Now we close in on the final meeting. We get a face-off. We're going to get a lot of fireworks.
They're going to see me break Caleb Plant's fucking jaw Saturday night.
About the 6th round, right? 6th round?
Exactly.
Okay.
David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, the fight we all been wanting to see. Top-rated challengers, top prospects, all in compelling fights. That's what Showtime Boxing is all about.
You need to know what you're getting into. This is not cops and robbers. The enemy is everywhere, but he can't be seen.
Why me? None of this makes sense.
It's a mind game, John.
What have you gotten me into?
I can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not.
Benavidez versus Caleb Plant.
Hey, who you got with David?
Plant. Quick.
You tripping. Plant, you tripping, boy.
I'm going Plant.
I love Plant, too. Plant. Shout out to my dog, Plant. Ooh.
I'm going Plant. He about to plant Benavidez.
Man, you tripping,
on the ground.
boy. You tripping.
He gonna plant Benavidez on the ground bad.
Man, you tripping.
Big underdog.
He big underdog. Oh, yeah.
Man,
I'm an underdog.
like
I'm an underdog
too.
king.
Man, I like Plant. What you wrong today, P? Damn.
He gonna hit him with that left hook.
Man,
it's gonna be
nice, too, Lord. I love Plant, little
It's gonna be light.
Damn.
I'm going with the underdog.
I like both of these, dog. Damn.
Plant.
Word.
Gonna plant him on his ass.
Yeah, I like Plant, too, Lord. Damn.
I'm playing. He underdog. I'm going.
I want to see David fight some more people, man. He ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Plant now, man. You feel me?
Plant done been in a couple wars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dang, I like both of these guys, though. This gonna be a good fight. It's about time, yo. It's about time we got some good boxing.
We need this.
Straight up.
That's enough, guys.
Benavidez versus Plant.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
The best versus the best.
Oh, yeah, it's high stakes in the desert. David Benavidez and Caleb Plant square off.
We're back again for one of the best fights that boxing can deliver. David Benavidez will be making his 8th appearance on Showtime, and he's got a very worthy opponent in Caleb Plant.
Caleb is going to have to rise to the occasion and come through the way I believe that he will.
You guys are going to see the Mexican monster on Saturday. He's going to put this guy to sleep.
And I've worked really hard this camp, and on Saturday...
You're going to get knocked out.
Knock it off. You got your newfound muscles that you've been showing off all week. Oh, this time I got the right guy in front of me. I'm gonna get after it now. You got a real one in front of you. I'm not some blown up 154 pounder. I'm the real deal. And you're gonna find out on Saturday. I promise you that.
Does he know he's digging his own grave? And I want to see Saturday night what that chin look like. Yeah, we want to see it. We want to see it.
Did it just get hot in here, or was that me?
This is definitely the grudge match that everybody wants to see. Caleb Plant doesn't like me. I don't like him.
It's not about what he brings to the table to me. What do I bring to the table? What am I capable of? What can I do?
Like I said, this is going to be a war.
It is not July 4th, but the fireworks are about to go off in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome, everyone. It is finally time for the weigh-ins between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, only, by the way, on Showtime pay-per-view. Let me introduce the panel here. Let's get started on the end. Folks, the champ is here. You know this man, WBC middleweight champion of the world. It's Jermall Charlo. Welcome, champ. We appreciate you. And you know this man to my left, El Diamante. Orale.
I'm pumped up, man. I don't know when's the last time we saw a grudge match like this. This guy's
they don't like each other.
It's going to be great. And
oh
of course,
my God.
you know us. We're the co-hosts of Morning Combat. That's Brian Campbell, and I'm Luke Thomas. Welcome, everyone, inside the Ka Theater in the MGM Grand, well, not quite the Garden Arena, but just the Grand itself. We are getting ready, just moments away from the weigh-ins, kicking off right behind me. Cannot wait. Jamal, I apologize. Your brother will be here soon.
Don't get him mad, bro.
Yeah, not going to do that. Let's go to you first on this one. What are you expecting between these two, not just in this weigh-in and the face-off, but tomorrow? What kind of fight are we in for?
Skill match. Skills pay the bills. Oh, you laugh?
Because we were talking about it earlier, and you know what I think about that. So.
We had a heck of a pre-show argument over who might win this fight.
Indeed.
Look, in this match, to me, skills pay the bills. So, look, we'll see on Saturday. You know, he can say what he wants, but at the end of the day, skills pay the bills.
What do you think, Raul?
I expect fireworks. We know that Plant, he's got to use the whole ring. He's got to box, and he's got to stick to it if he wants to beat Benavidez. But Benavidez, he's going to end up cutting the distance. He fights a fast-paced fight. He's very busy. His punch output. He's got that 20-piece combination. Punching, you know. And
you got a soda and fries with that combo?
If you want, yeah. He might not need the soda and fries. I think just with a 20-piece combo is enough. And I think sooner or later, he's going to stop.
Jamal, I have to ask you about this part. Having an opponent that someone just hates this much. Have you ever had an opponent you just could not even stand the sight of? And if so, how did it impact how you fought them?
Well, I actually have had an opponent I just hated, right? And then you get in the fight, and then you make mistakes. So then I normally would have knocked him out in the first round, but I ended up knocking him out in the 5th round. So, yeah, Julian Williams, I hated him.
Yeah.
And then when we got in the fight, I ended up knocking him out. But it took me a little bit longer than I wanted to.
Did you have to calm yourself at any point?
Type way. You know, you almost have to calm yourself down, but you got to go back to the roots.
What do you think, BC? Are you expecting a calculated effort from these two, or it's going to be rock'em sock'em because they just can't stand one another?
It's such a perfect fight in the contrast of styles that I actually expect both. I expect Caleb Plant to likely set the scene and the pace by using that speed and better defense and technique to kind of control the early rounds, but it's when that sea change happens and David Benavidez, like he always does, begins to walk his opponent down, go downhill, corner them, begin to work to the body with those combinations. That's when you know what Benavidez wants to do. Make it a fight. He doesn't want to play chess with a Caleb Plant, nor should he. So I think you may see both. It's really who can take advantage of that and hold it and take it home. Can Caleb Plant stand in the kitchen with this much potential heat? I don't know. Right?
Well, let's talk about it. If you're cornering Caleb Plant, number one thing he has to do. If you're cornering David Benavidez, number one thing he has to do.
Well, for Caleb Plant, he's got to be slippery. He's got to move. He's got to use his footwork. He's got to use the whole ring. Keep boxing. He's got to try to offset his rhythm, by holding him, by leaning his body on him, and let the referee separate him, and then get back to the outside with the stick. He's got to stick. He's got to be very focused and stick to that game plan. Now, for Benavidez, he cannot lose focus and let Plant get in his head by talking to him. It seems like a couple of times, during the press conferences, Plant got under his skin. So he's got to fight very focused and not get wild in there, because when he gets wild, that's when Plant could capitalize and create opportunities for him to counterpunch him. So Benavidez just fight, control the pace of the fight, come forward, be busy, push him back, and hopefully stop him down the road.
All right, so let's reset here. Showtime.com/PPV. If you want to purchase the pay-per-view, you can do that now. Brian Campbell, you're going to go down to the weigh-ins there, ask the folks some questions, because you'll rejoin us when the weigh-ins are over for the rest of that stream. We'll look forward to that. All right, so let's do it here if we can. Let's go down to the stage, get set for the Benavidez versus Plant weigh-ins with Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Ka Theater at MGM Grand here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Premier Boxing Champions presents our official weigh-in for tomorrow's exciting night of boxing. It is all brought to you by TGB Promotions, Samson Boxing, and Showtime Pay-Per-View. Sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook and the film Big George Foreman. Only in theaters April 28th. We will begin our official weigh-ins now with our two bouts being featured on the Showtime pay-per-view countdown prelims that all begin at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific on the Showtime Sports YouTube page. First up, coming to the stage, this will be a 10-round super lightweight bout. Representing Aribeños Buenos Aires, Argentina, with 37 victories with 22 wins by knockout, opposite of 2 defeats and 1 draw. Here is Marcelino Lopez. And now we welcome his opponent, fighting out of Miami, Florida. His record undefeated, 6 victories, with all 6 victories coming by way of knockout. Here is Orestes El Tsunami Velasquez. And now first up onto the scales, once again, Marcelino Lopez. One 141.8 for Lopez. And now we bring his opponent, the undefeated Orestes El Tsunami Velasquez. .142 on the dot, 142 on the dot for Velasquez. Ten rounds in the super lightweight division. Orestes El Tsunami Velasquez taking on Marcelino Lopez. Once again, this will be one fight, a part of the Showtime pay-per-view countdown prelims tomorrow night. And now we continue to our next bout, 10 rounds in the super bantamweight division. First up, out of Barranquilla, Colombia, with 34 victories with 21 wins by knockout, opposite is 6 defeats and 1 draw. Here is Jose El General San Martin. And now we welcome his opponent out of Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. His record undefeated, 25 victories, 13 wins by knockout, no defeats and 1 draw. He is the number 2 ranked WBA contender, Kevin El Chacal Gonzalez. And now getting set to step onto the scale, the first one, out of Barranquilla, Colombia, Jose El General San Martin. $122.4 for San Martin. And now coming to the scale, his opponent, Kevin El Chacal Gonzalez. 121.4 for Gonzalez.
Que ven ahorita, ven. Ahorita te vas a poner en esta marca de aquí, ¿ok? Esta es tu marca. Esta es la tuya y esta es la tuya, ¿ok? And then after that, make sure he does.
Once again, this bout is 10 rounds in the super bantamweight division. Kevin El Chacal Gonzalez taking on Jose El General San Martin. Once again, the Showtime Countdown prelims start 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time on the Showtime Sports YouTube page. And now we will turn things over to the legendary Hall of Famer Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the Showtime pay-per-view.
Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and we welcome you to the Kaw Theater here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. Premier Boxing Champions continues with our official weigh-in for our blockbuster night of action taking place tomorrow night here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. And our night is brought to you by TGB Promotions, Samson Boxing, and Showtime Pay-Per-View. Well, fans, we're ready to bring out our fighters for our opening attraction featuring welterweight contenders in a high-stakes showdown. Please welcome them to the stage at this time. It's scheduled 12 rounds of boxing. First, ladies and gentlemen, from Casa Grande, Arizona. He is ranked the WBC number 6 welterweight contender, introducing Abel Ramos. And we invite his opponent to the stage at this time, fighting out of Las Vegas by way of Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. He is ranked the WBC number 3 welterweight contender, introducing Cody, the Crippler Crowley. Well, we're going to bring our fighters to the scale at this time. It's in the welterweight division. It is a world title eliminator by the WBC, scheduled 12 rounds of boxing. Weight limit on this fight is a very strict 147 pounds. And now we welcome to the scale this time with 21 knockouts in his 27 victories. Once again, the WBC number 6 ranked welterweight contender, Abel Ramos. Abel Ramos weighs in at a ready 146 pounds, 146. And now his opponent to the scale with a record of 21 wins, no losses, 9 knockouts. Here is the undefeated WBC number 3 world rank contender, Cody, the Crippler Crowley. Cody Crowley weighs in at a ready 145 1/4 pounds, 145 1/4 pounds for the number 3 undefeated world rank contender.
Take mine off too, but it'll be the I'll say that for after
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. Opens up our Showtime pay-per-view. 12 rounds WBC welterweight world title eliminator. Cody the Crippler Crowley versus Abel Ramos. Pay-per-view commences 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. in the West. Well, fans, Premier Boxing Champions continues with our official weigh-in for our pay-per-view big night of action. This time we move into the lightweight division. Please welcome to the stage at this time, originally from Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. Now fighting out of Seattle, Washington. Here's the hard-hitting and determined southpaw contender, Jose Rayo Valenzuela.
Best of luck to you. Oh, yes, sorry. How does that affect your mindset entering this fight?
I'm motivated more than ever. Not even to go out there and prove to people that I'm the best, just to prove to myself that I can get through any sort of adversity that life hands me. There's no harder hit than a family member being taken, and then one that took his own life, who felt like life wasn't worth living. So the only thing that matters to me tomorrow night on my 30th birthday, proving to myself that life is worth living.
We all wish you the best of luck entering Saturday night.
Thank you very much, guys. I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. We got this. We're not giving up yet.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to bring out our fighters in the lightweight division. Once again, from Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico, determined hard-hitting southpaw contender Jose Rayo Valenzuela. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent joining us from his home of Brooklyn, New York, the former interim WBA super featherweight champion of the world, Chris Primetime Colbert. Not yet. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the stage at this time, high stakes, lightweight special attraction. Always ready to step onto the scale. Once again, how about a hand for the battle-ready contender, Jose Rayo Valenzuela. 134 pounds for Rayo, 134 for Jose Rayo Valenzuela. And his opponent with a record of 16-1 with 6 knockouts, the former super featherweight champion once again, Chris Primetime Colbert. 134.5 pounds, 134.5 pounds for Chris Colbert. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss this fight. It's a lightweight showdown. Chris Primetime Colbert, Jose Rayo Valenzuela.
Jose.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from our fighters. Joining us with an interview, morning combat host and showbox analyst, Brian Campbell. Thanks.
Chris, Primetime, Colbert, a new division, a new haircut. Will we see a new Primetime on Saturday coming off your first defeat?
First of all, I'd like to thank God, thank Al Heyman, Showtime, my team. I feel good. It won't be no new me. I'm always going to be the same me. I'm just ready to put on a show, and I'm ready to dominate.
Best of luck to you on Saturday.
Thank you.
El Rayo, Jose Valenzuela. Like Colbert, you've got something to prove coming off your first defeat. What do you plan on proving tomorrow night?
I plan a lot. I have to prove a lot to myself and to these beautiful people that came out and supported, man. Thank you guys very much. Toda la gente mexicana, toda la gente latina, vamos con todo. Gracias.
Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, fans, here we go from the Call Theater here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. Premier Boxing Champion is ready to move to weigh in our fighters in the co-main event of the evening in the super welterweight division. Welcome them to the stage at this time. First from Linden, Michigan. He's a young contender making his Showtime debut. Please welcome the undefeated Joey Spencer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent also undefeated from Casa Grande, Arizona. Here's the WBC number 7 super welterweight contender, Jesus Mono Ramos. Looks like our fighters are ready to step onto the scales. Once again, super welterweights in action. We're scheduled 10 rounds of boxing. First, with a record of 16 wins, no losses, he has 10 wins. Coming by way of knockout, here is the undefeated super welterweight contender, Joey Spencer. 153 and a quarter pounds, 153 and a quarter for Joey Spencer. And his undefeated opponent, 19-0 with 15 knockouts. He's a southpaw contender and number 7th ranked, Jesus Mono Ramos. 153 and a quarter pounds, 153 and a quarter for Jesus Ramos.
I know way too many people here right now that I didn't know last year. Who the y'all? I swear it feels like the last few nights. We've been everywhere and back, but I just can't remember it all. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right, I'm doing me. I'm doing me. I'm living life right now, man. And this is what I'ma do till it's over. Till it's over. But it's far from over. Alright, bottles on me. Lungs on drinking. Never drop the ball. The y'all baby. Make sure the young money shit is never sinking. About to set it all, Jada Pinkett. I shouldn't have drove. Tell me how I get home. You too far to me, I ain't got it very long. I can teach you how to speak my language.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, the co-main event of the evening. Both undefeated, both contenders in the super welterweight division. Jesus Mono Ramos versus Joey Spencer. Once again, to hear from both of our fighters in our co-main event, here's Brian Campbell.
Joey Spencer, you were very vocal in going out of your way to seek a fight this difficult. How do you prove yourself right Saturday night?
Yeah, I just have to go in there and be myself. I have to go in there and, it's not going to be an easy fight for either one of us. So we got to go out there and we got to put everything on the line. It's me or him. I got a lot of respect for him and his team. It seems like we have a lot in common, but tomorrow night it's me or him. So I got to go in there and take this guy out.
Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Jesus Ramos, co-feature of a pay-per-view, 2 unbeatens. This is the big time. This is what you wanted. Why will you be the one getting your hand raised tomorrow night?
Because of the hard work that we put in the whole camp. You know, we're ready for this. And I got a tough opponent, as he said. But we're ready for this moment. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event. It's showtime!
Growing up, I was lower income with my mom and dad. For me, it's not about materialistic things. I don't box so that I can be in this house. What I really started boxing for was to be great, accomplishing things in the ring.
I'm not just fighting for myself. I got my girlfriend and I got my son. My son sees everything I'm doing and I want him to be a good man just like I am a good man.
I'm a fighter, I'm a boxer. This is what I do, this is what I've done my whole life. This is my destiny.
Failure is not an option for me. There's a lot of emotions going into this camp. Going up against a fighter that I don't get along with. How do I rate Caleb Plant as a talker? It's probably the best aspect of his game.
This fight with David, it's something where I want to win in fashion. Getting your hand raised, that's the main objective.
I'm definitely proud of everything we've accomplished, but I'm not dwelling on that. There's still more to come.
Benavidez, left hand.
When I pass, I don't want my name to just be forgotten. I want it to live on forever.
And when I get his ass in that ring March 25th, I'm going to break his fucking mouth. I'm going to make him regret everything he said.
Well, fans, from the Car Theater here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, Premier Boxing Champions presents the official weigh-in for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by TGB Promotions, Samson Boxing, and Showtime Pay-Per-View. It's David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant, the long-awaited, highly anticipated interim WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the world. And now, please welcome to the stage at this time, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Nashville, Tennessee, the WBC top contender. Please welcome the former IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the world, Caleb Plant. And now making his way to the stage, escorted by the Mexican Monster from Phoenix, Arizona. Here is the former two-time super middleweight champion of the world, introducing the real Mexican Monster, David Benavidez. All right, fans, here we go. Let's bring our fighters to the scale at this time as 12 rounds of boxing for the interim WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Weight limit on this fight is a very strict 168 pounds. First, we welcome to the scale with a record of 22 wins, 1 loss, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked the WBC #1 contender. Here is the former IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the world, Caleb Plant. $167 1/4 pounds. 167 1/4 pounds for Caleb Plant. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the scale with a record of 26 wins, no losses, 23 wins coming by way of knockout, the interim WWE Super Middleweight Champion, two-time Super Middleweight Champion of the world, as named by Mike Tyson, the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez. David Benavidez weighs in at a ready 166 3/4 pounds. 166 3/4 pounds for David Benavidez.
Hold that, guys.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's the main event of the evening. 12 rounds, interim WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World. David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. Live on Showtime pay-per-view, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Don't miss it in this blockbuster night of action. Premier Boxing Champions presents and brought to you by TGB Promotions, Samson Boxing, Showtime pay-per-view, sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook and Big George Foreman, exclusively in theaters April 28th. Once again, here's Brian Campbell with our fighters.
Caleb Plant, as expected, things a little bit testy at the stare down. What was said between the two fighters?
We were just exchanging pleasantries, you know, telling each other how much we like each other.
I saw your hand extend to his cheek. Is that mental warfare, or is this thing as real as it looks when we're talking about the dislike?
You know, he's been talking a lot, talking about how much you're going to whoop my ass and this and that, so we're going to see tomorrow. We're going to see tomorrow. You know what's up. You see it, boy. Shut up.
I've heard you say before that skills pays the bills. How do you win on Saturday?
I'll win in fashion. Get my hand raised in fashion. Tune in tomorrow night. There's going to be fireworks. You're going to find out for sure. Let's see.
Best of luck to you, Caleb. Thank you. David Benavidez, what happened up there just now?
Well, he tried to put his finger on my face, and I had to push his ass back, but he knows what's up. When his man's going to have to pick him up out the fucking ground, he's bleeding, leaking all that blood. We're ready for tomorrow, 100% ready. Y le quiero dar las gracias a toda mi gente que vinieron a apoyar. Estamos al 100 y vamos para todo mañana.
David, you came in at just over 166 pounds for this. What type of message is that about how prepared you are?
Oh, you know, it speaks for itself. I'm on weight. I've been on weight the whole week, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready to take this motherfucker's head off.
All right, final question. Does this beef, does this rivalry end tomorrow night?
Fuck no. And I got some gifts for the fans, though.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our official weigh-in. Thanks for being here. Don't miss our exciting night of action. Indeed, a blockbuster. High stakes tomorrow night at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Premier Boxing Champions presents and brought to you by TGB Promotions, Samson Boxing, and Showtime pay-per-view.
Well, there you have it. Welcome back to the weigh-in stream here. It's a little bit of madness, I got to say, at the Ka Theater here in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the MGM Grand. You know who's on the panel right here. The champ himself, Jamal Charlo, El Diamante, Raul Marquez. All right, boys. What did we just see there? Jamal, I'll go to you first. That's some seriously bad blood up there, is it not?
Yeah, these guys hate each other. You know, this is made for TV. You see the unclassy act by Benavidez, and he's just, you know, like, he's intense. You know, the fight is ready. You know, Caleb, like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a fight.
What would it do to you if someone put their finger in your face or throat at a face-off at a weigh-in?
I don't know. I'd probably try to break the fingers. You know what I mean?
We have Brian Campbell back.
It just shows, like, both of them just, you know, the bad blood. They really want to fight each other.
Well, let me go to Brian because he was down there on the stage there. Brian, what did you pick up from the face-off and what they had to say to you?
I mean, can we bottle that energy, that intensity? Look, this is that rare type of fight that is just the perfect matchup at the perfect time. And, oh, by the way, it's real what you're seeing up there. I've just wondered this whole way. I know Caleb Plant is a mastermind, not just of the quick boxing techniques and the pure science of the game, but we're seeing the developing mastermind of somebody who's playing into the mental games. Will that be the key to victory, or will that ultimately be the thing that unravels him late in this fight? That's what I'm looking for Saturday night.
What do you think, Raul?
Look, man, for both guys, this is an important fight. For Benavidez, this is the biggest fight of his career. He's not the same guy when he was 20, 21 years old that he won the world title. Now he's a father. You know, he's a husband, and things like that change you, you know. So he knows the importance of this fight. You know, he trained really hard, and winning this fight puts him in a position to fight Canelo Alvarez, the fight that he always wanted. And then for Caleb Plant, same thing too. If he beats Benavidez, he gets a second chance at Canelo Alvarez. So, hey, that's why we're here. I love the tense, how excited it got in the stare down, you know, and nobody's taking a step back. They're ready to go, and that's why we're here, and I can't wait for tomorrow.
I haven't seen it that intense since I interviewed Jamal that time, right? And he was like, "Are you a lion or a snake?" And,
hey, by the way, good job using Jamal's line about skills pay the bills, and then just passing it off like it was your own.
He said that same thing. All right.
Nah, that was crazy because, like, skills do pay the bills, but just like Raul said, like, I can conclude to David Benavidez, new family, married, just fought Canelo, took a loss, ready to bounce back. Caleb Plant.
Chip on his shoulder, man.
I feel like he has a lot to prove. He has a lot more to prove than Benavidez this fight.
Let me ask you, follow up on this, Jamal. Now, you're the champ at 160.
Right.
We don't quite know what the next step is for you. Where do you fit into the picture at 168, which, of course, is the weight class spot?
I'm not out here for no reason. I'm out here to scoping. I'm looking.
Ooh.
I'm about to see exactly what they do tomorrow. So, you know, everybody want to know, will Jamal Charlo come up to 168 pounds and be a super middleweight? Yeah, I would. Let's see what they do.
Okay.
There are some big money fights available at 168.
And you know, at one point, I think you were calling out Benavidez, or Benavidez was calling you out, or something like that, right? So
right, and I always had the opportunity to fight either one of those guys, but that fight never, like, happened. So, like, at this point, you know, where's Jamal Charlo going to go? Of course I want Canelo. Of course I want Golovkin. Even if Golovkin still want to fight, I still fight Golovkin. Anybody, you know, Demetrius Andrade, he needs to fight now.
Sure.
Like, no promoter, all that. Look, let's make it work. We can make millions here. Like, let's do it.
David Morrell, 168.
That's my gym mate.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Nevertheless,
it makes dollars. It makes sense.
Yeah, I do it, but I mean, I do it. I do it for the sense that
skills pay the bills.
All right, skills can pay the bills tomorrow. Let's see what they do.
Tell me, what is it in your mind that makes Plant the more skilled between them? Because I know Raul disagrees. We'll talk about that in just a second. But in your mind, set up the skills for me. What is Caleb Plant good at?
Caleb Plant has very, very nice defense, and his defense is set up off of his foot movement and the way he balances himself. And that's what exchanges power. Like, I had to re-evaluate the fight with Darrell, and it was just about his foot movement, the way he just planted himself. I mean, his name is Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? I hope he just, you know, prevail tomorrow, show his game plan, dictate, do what he's supposed to do. And maybe me and Caleb Plant can write each other email.
You never know. You never know. Now, for you, on the Benavidez side, walk me through his skills. What is he good at?
I'm going to put it simple. You know, we know he's a busy fighter. He throws a lot of punches. He comes forward. He's going to come forward. But I think Benavidez's will, his hunger, will break Plant's skills that pay the bills.
No. Say it the way you said it.
That's what I think. I just think, you
said will breaks skills.
His will, Benavidez's will, his hunger, he wants it so bad that he's going to break Plant's skills that pay his bill.
Yeah, but what if we find out that Caleb Plant is a lion? I know a lion
Lions
at the end
only.
down there. Okay,
Lions
I know he's got that dog in him. Can Caleb Plant get to the finish line here and have a chance to win a decision?
That's the question. That's the question. I don't think he can. I think he breaks mid to late rounds, and Benavidez takes over.
What about the Philly shell style of defense that Caleb Plant employs? How will that be useful or not against someone like David Benavidez?
If Caleb Plant stays on the outside tomorrow, he loses the fight.
So what does he have to do?
If Caleb Plant stays on the outside,
can't win.
He won't win.
Now, why though?
Attributes. He's the shorter guy, not known as the punch volume guy. He's gonna be in the fight to survive. So he has to play the inside. He has to take accountability for everything. Look, if Caleb Plant get on the outside, he probably get knocked out.
Because it's just too defensive a place to be? Like, at that point, you're just catching and blocking, right?
He has to know how to defend himself in the inside.
So he's got to take risks. And that's a risk coming in the inside with someone like Benavidez.
He's strong enough to do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I think Caleb Plant is strong enough to sit with David Benavidez. And you know what? I'm not really liking 166 pounds.
For Benavidez, yeah.
I'm not liking that for him.
Because he had abs. He had abs.
Abs?
I'm just saying.
It's a dream for guys like us, Jamal. I'm sorry, okay?
This is every day for you. This is we wake up one day and think about it.
He has abs and Caleb has soul.
Oh.
Also, Caleb with the lat spread. You see the lat spread he had? My man had a cobra in his back.
I don't know.
So now we're gonna win. So now you guys are trying to win.
I don't know either.
Hey, the
a fight's gonna be won because of the body. Bodies don't mean anything.
I'm just saying Benavidez.
Bodies don't mean anything.
No, I think it's a compliment to Benavidez. He looked to be the best shape we've seen him to date. No.
Hey, look. Y'all got to evaluate this man.
Hey, listen, I got 3 guys against 1. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
Let me ask you about the sort of square stance of a guy like Benavidez. Now, he makes it useful for him, obviously against certain opponents like David Lemieux, who is not Caleb Plant. It was very useful. Right. But against Caleb Plant.
Yeah, it's important that of course, you can't square up, with someone like Plant, because then you give him more. You got to give him as much as you can, the side view, and keep turning him, but keep pushing him back. And his punch output, just use his strength, his speed, and his power, because he is very powerful. He is naturally the bigger man.
Right. Go ahead.
Quick question. What do you do, or what did you do when a fighter turns from orthodox to southpaw normally? Like, that was his norm. What did you do?
I was a pressure fighter, so to me it didn't matter if it turned righty or lefty. That's what Caleb Plant has to do tomorrow. I had to know from what side to attack. If I'm going to attack from the right, put body shots, break them down.
Throw a jab.
Body shots.
I just throw a jab.
A good jab behind it, a good jab, steady jab, and get in the inside and work the body.
No,
and push them back.
Is there any part of you that if David Benavidez wins on Saturday, gets on the mic and he's like, yeah, Canelo, but hey, Jamal, come upstairs and meet me?
I do it. Let's do it. Y'all think that like this is bad blood? Just wait till me and David fight.
Is there history?
Even if he lose this fight, I'ma still fight him.
How come?
Because I want to fight him.
That's not for me.
You ever want to beat somebody? I want to beat him. So even if he loses this fight, I'll still fight him.
Fair enough. What do you think is going to be the most when this fight's over, when you look back and say this was the factor that decided it? Is it will for you? Just simply that? Because in the end, they're 2 talented guys. Yeah. They're going to score.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
It's just going to be seriously.
I believe his will and his hunger to win this fight, and his punch output, his activity,
the high volume.
Yeah, the high volume, the pace of the fight. He fights a fast-paced fight, and when a guy attacks you like that from the first round, and he gets better as the fight goes on. He's even stronger in the second half of the fight.
Yeah.
He's a dangerous man.
Jamal, what about the idea of like navigating the space between I got to be defensively responsible, I can't be an idiot, but I got to go on the attack? How do you juggle that?
You really just gotta, man. To be honest with you, when you in the ring, we can say what we want to say, but when you in the actual ring, everything is different.
You got to feel it out.
Yeah, like whoever makes the best adjustments wins the fight.
Like you against Sergey Derevyanchenko.
I was going to say that.
Exactly.
Listen, I was going to say, look, I was going to, and I know I give you credit for that fight all the time with Derevyanchenko. If Caleb Plant could do what he did with Derevyanchenko, then Benavidez is in trouble.
You're getting a little handsy over there, bro.
Right?
No.
We go back. I know this kid. He was a little kid. I mean, he was.
It's my uncle.
Little twins. Tío.
So a jab is going to be important for Caleb Plant. Your jab is key in that fight.
I actually don't approve of Caleb Plant wasting jabs. I really feel like there shouldn't be a punch that Caleb Plant wastes tomorrow. He has to dictate. He has to be right on point with everything that he's doing.
And also, you just got to say, right, this is obvious, but it's worth just saying out loud. If you're Caleb Plant, you cannot spend any time on the ropes or the corner, right?
They went for the rope. They went for the corners and ropes, spin them around, or grab them and walk them down to the center of the ring. Let the referee separate you and get back to the stick.
But wait, David actually fights in the middle of the ring. That's one thing we haven't seen David do is fight on the ropes. So what if Caleb pressured David?
Pressures David against the ropes.
Yeah. Then we have a different fight than we would have.
Right. That would be surprising.
And David's not used to going backwards. So you got a good point there.
Exactly.
If Caleb Plant is able to push him back, once a fighter that's used to fighting coming forward all the time, you push him back, can't fight that way.
So
tall order, though,
if
right?
I'm looking for a comparison,
that is tough to do.
Jamal, is there anything to the idea of what your brother Jermel did in the rematch with Brian Castano and met him on the inside and just essentially said, look, you may be a bigger threat in terms of power or whatever, probably not actually, to be fair, but just I'm going to meet you right there and win it in that space.
Beat him on his own. He beat him on Castano.
No, that's a good.
Are you asking Caleb Plant to do that? Almost beat Benavidez where he's
I think so from what he was saying.
How?
That's what I see.
No, Caleb got to be a man in there. He got to fight.
Right.
Like
exactly.
He has to stand in there and show
and
his
takes the risk.
Yeah, he's gonna have to take risk. All right, cool. Castano actually moved. He boxed. He did both during the fight, but my brother just was the man in there.
Yeah.
So I would compare the fight to Banana.
Jason Rosario.
Yeah. My brother versus Rosario. That's how Caleb Plant has to win this fight.
Body work was big on that one.
Well, my brother knocked him out with a jab to the body.
Yeah.
We don't know if Caleb Plant has that, but he will have to show that.
Sure.
He did have a nice jab to the body against Durrell. It set up a lot. But Durrell was stationary, and Plant was going around him. I just don't find that likely.
It's not going to be the same tomorrow.
Yeah, Benavidez ain't going to do that.
No.
Benavidez is not going to fight like Durrell tomorrow.
BC, what else on this card? You actually interviewed everyone on the main card. The Cody Crowley story is incredible.
It really
on this pay-per-view. By the way, 9 p.m. in the East. Showtime.com/PPV if you want to order it. Tell us about that.
Yeah, unbeaten Canadian fighter, and his father unfortunately suffered from mental health issues and took his own life within the build here on this key part of Cody Crowley's rise. You wonder how that's going to affect a fighter. You certainly do. And he looked like he's using it as fuel to inspire him to get to the next level. And look, this is a big placement for him on this pay-per-view card. We know Abel Ramos. We know him as a tough veteran, the uncle of Jesus, of course. But it's hard not to get invested in a fighter like Cody Crowley, to see him persevere like this and still step into his biggest moment of his career to date, knowing the weight he's carrying, but finding a way to potentially use that to drive him. It's an inspiring story.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And he's I love his. He's an action fighter. He throws over 100 punches per round. He's even said, like, I want 15 rounds to come back. So that shows you what kind of fighter he is. And Ramos, I mean, we seen him in the past on Showbox when he fought Regis Prograis.
Yes.
He's fought Ugas, gave Ugas a really good fight. Jamal James. He beat Omar Figueroa, another guy that comes forward. So that's going to be a barn burner, man. These guys are going to be like two trains colliding. They're going to go at it.
And Jamal, you were telling me you like Joey Spencer, who, of course, is taking on Jesus Ramos on this card. What do you like about Joey?
Joey, humble kid, real nice.
Undefeated?
Undefeated. Been on a couple cards with him. He fought on the Derevyanchenko's undercard. But I like Jose, and I like that fight. Actually, he has a great story behind him. You can see it in his eyes and his volume that, like, this fight mean a lot to him. So
yeah, Jose Valenzuela's gonna be taking on Chris Colbert.
Yeah.
I love
that's
the hair,
a good one.
I love the hair design.
The trash talking of Colbert. You know,
that was a great face-off.
You know what? Colbert got to come back. It's Colbert's time to show himself approved. A fight with Jose is like
actually
right
both of them. They're both coming off losses. You know.
Yeah.
Although
Garcia,
but the Colbert one was a huge surprise against Hector Garcia, who then fought Tank Davis.
Right.
If you're Chris Colbert, you got to obviously have some swag on it. That's his natural style. But this is a must-win, man.
Oh, moving up in weight.
But even for Rayo, Rayo's coming off a loss. He got knocked out by Dos Santos.
Edwin de
Los Santos. Yeah, really good fighter too.
You were gonna say?
I was gonna say like in Chris Colbert's case, where do he go from here?
If he doesn't win, right?
Well, he could go back down to 130. He could go back down to 130. He's coming up to 130.
But that would be a major setback from where he was.
Absolutely, it was.
It's a risky fight.
Exactly.
It's a huge risky fight. All right, let's remind everyone, tomorrow we'll be at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, which is like just around the way. Of course, 9 p.m. in the East. If you don't have the pay-per-view, you can get it, showtime.com/PPV. I do believe there are some tickets left, although those are going to go pretty quickly. You're going to want to get those if you're going to be in the Las Vegas area. BC, I think it's time we go around the panel. We get some picks.
If it's going to be anything like the pre-show picks argument, I mean, people were pulling out their cell phones. It was, it was great. It was great.
All right, let's go. Let's start with the champion at the end.
We put on a show.
WBC middleweight champion of the world, Jamal Charlo. What do you think? Who's winning on Saturday?
I got Caleb Plant.
Caleb Plant. Now, inside the distance, or does it go to a decision?
Who knows? I just got Caleb.
All right, so he's going to ride with Caleb Plant.
He said he's been saying all along, skills pay the bills.
Skills pay the bills.
And
That's
I think the will pays the bills. Benavidez, mid to late round stoppage.
What do you think? Like 7th, 8th, something like that?
Yeah, 7, 8, 9.
Con character.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I am. I've gone back and forth. It's an incredible fight. I'm going to go Caleb Plant a little bit on this one. I do like Benavidez's game. I do believe he is a talented fighter. I just feel like Caleb has been to this level before, and he fell short against Canelo, but it informed his judgment, and the Breadman Edwards factor is making him a little bit more of an offensive fighter to the things you talked about, standing in there showing who you are. I think it's going to pay dividends. What do you think, BC?
I think, look, if this fight was made 1 year ago, we might be going, okay, I love the matchup, but Benavidez by late stoppage is probably the bet. In a lot of ways, it's still the safest bet. The evolution Caleb Plant has made, not just in adding more to his offense under Breadman, but this just dialed in 24/7 mindset of, you're not taking this away from me. I belong on this elite level. Do I expect Caleb Plant to be able to go through the hell it's going to take? Is he wired that way? Does he have that dog in him? He's showing us yes. He's showing us yes. It's going to take skills to ultimately win it, but it's going to take potentially getting up off the canvas to do that. I like Caleb Plant in a very fun and competitive decision.
In a decision, okay. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. Well, as I just said, this one I cannot wait for. We are so excited for tomorrow, Saturday, 9 p.m. in the East, Showtime pay-per-view, showtime.com/PPV to get that order in. Or, of course, if you're going to be in the Las Vegas area, there's a lot of competition for entertainment, but this one might be the #1 show in town tomorrow night. I want to thank the champion at the end. Can't wait to see what happens next with you. When do you think you might have an announcement or an idea about when you want to fight again?
Well, I'll be getting back in the ring, summertime.
Summertime-ish.
There you go.
Okay, fair enough. Look forward to that. And Raul, you're going to be on the Spanish call
on the
tomorrow.
Spanish call with Alejandro Luna, calling the fights, and on Showtime.
And BC and I, starting I think at 6:30 p.m. on the East, at 3:30 p.m. here local time, will be calling the preliminary fight, which will, of course, be free. You can catch that on the youtube.com/showsports YouTube channel. 7 p.m. Eastern, so that would be 4 p.m. local time. You can catch the prelims for that.
We'll have some special guests. We'll break down the pay-per-view main card, and we will call a couple fun, interesting fights as well. So
I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank the champion. I want to thank El Diamante.
Gracias.
And, of course, my partner here, Brian Campbell from Morning Combat, the award-winning show. You can find out more about us, youtube.com/Morning Combat. We are done.
Can we settle it once and for all, though? Jamal, am I lying or am I stink?
Make up with it, man. Come
You're
on,
lying.
Yeah.
All right. Lions only.
Lions only.
I don't think you meant it, but I'll take it. All right.
For the entire panel up here, want to
So,
thank
BC, who do you have winning?
Caleb Plant.
Caleb Plant. Here we go. There we go.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
All right. There you have it. That's it. We're done. We're done in Las Vegas. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We appreciate it. And until next time, enjoy the fights.
Benavidez
versus Caleb Plant.
Man, who you got with David?
Plant,
quick. You tripping. Plant, you tripping, boy.
I'm going Plant.
I love Plant, too. Plant, shout out to my dog Plant. Ooh.
I'm going Plant. He about to plant Benavidez.
Man, you tripping,
on the ground.
boy. You tripping.
He gonna plant Benavidez on the ground bad.
Man, you tripping.
Big underdog. He big underdog, oh yeah.
Man, shit.
I'm an underdog.
I like
I'm an underdog
too.
king.
Man, I like Plant. What you wrong today, P? Damn.
He gonna hit him with that left hook.
Man,
it's
he
gonna be
nice too, Lord. I love Plant little
It's gonna
ass.
be lights.
Damn.
I'm going with the underdog.
I like both of these, dog. Damn.
Plant.
Word.
Plant gonna plant him on his ass.
Yeah, I like Plant too, Lord. Damn.
I'm playing. He underdog. I'm going.
I want to see David fight some more people, man. He ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Plant now, man. You feel me?
Plant had been in a couple wars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dang, I like both of these guys, though. This is going to be a good fight. It's about time, yo. It's about time we got some good boxing.
We need this.
Straight up.
The Showtime pay-per-view main event that you just can't miss. David Benavidez and Caleb Plant square off.
Listen, this undercard is top quality.
I enter that ring with one thing in mind, completely suffocating my opponents.
I don't think he's ever felt a power like mine, and Saturday he's gonna feel it.
I'm gonna go out there and do what I do best, and that's win. Saturday night, I'm gonna show him why, the 135 division is so talked about.
Wait, hold on. Are you good though?
I'm gonna show you Saturday how good I am.
Crazy. You mean you got
show you Saturday how good I am.
Wanted to show who the top young guy in PBC is. So this fight was a fight that I wanted for respect.
We're both undefeated. We don't want to lose, so we're both going to come out and fight and expect fireworks.
He's got to come in and prove to me that he can beat me, and I've got to prove to him that I can beat him. One of us has to take the other's heart in order to do that.
Now we close in on the final meeting. We get a face-off. We're going to get a lot of fireworks.
They're going to see me break Caleb Plant's fucking jaw Saturday night.
By the 6th round, right? 6th round?
Exactly.
Okay. David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, the fight we all been wanting to see. Top-rated challengers, top prospects, all in compelling fights. That's what Showtime Boxing is all about.
You need to know what you're getting into. This is not cops and robbers. The enemy is everywhere, but he can't be seen.
Why me? None of this makes sense.
It's a mind game, John.
What have you gotten me into?
I can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not.